Well, a while back, I finally put together a new computer after having something really old for I don't even know how long. I ended up even buying like a pre-built computer used from somebody. Yeah, pretty horrible. So anyway, I built this system here, which you can't tell much about it, but I'm running the Athlon or Phenom. What am I running in this? FX. Yes, this. I got the 8-core thing in there. Do I really need it? No, I don't. But it had been so damn long since I built anything, I figured, you know what, there's probably a good way to future-proof that. So let me go ahead and just buy 8-core processor, whatever. So anyway, the thing is, I have had some heating issues, some heat problems. I cut the grate out back here trying to get better airflow and all that. I got the fan blowing in directly on the heat sink. I'm not going to take the side off right now. I'm very lazy. But blowing directly on the CPU heat sink and all that. To cool it down, it actually works pretty decent this way. A couple fans blowing in. It's got more than enough grates here and here. And I think there's even one underneath for it to blow air out of. So it's not that big of a deal, but I'm touching the microphone again. I gotta get used to not hitting that. Anyway, I have still been having some of those heating problems. So what I did was I spent too much money, and I bought a couple of these Delta fans, and they're 12 volts, 3 amps. It's 100 some odd CFM per fan. They're really big, so I could only really stuff one in there, but what happened was it kind of overloaded the board's control of the PWM fan, and kind of just decided to go completely full throttle. I don't know if you've ever heard these things before, but well, you will in a minute. They're ridiculous. It's really loud. They kept the case very cool, but holy shit was it loud. It's like having a small jet aircraft like hanging out with me every time I played video games. But so anyway, yeah, still having some problems with the heat on it. I do plan on water cooling this at some point, but for now I wanted a way to get my normal fan back in there, and thought, well, what can I do? Well, I went online on eBay, and I think it was for about $7. It's this little unit. I just got it suspended in here because I'm testing it out. But it's a little PWM controller, real simple. It's just got power in on the right, which would be the black and yellow, and then the output, which is this ridiculously long cord I just bought to be trimmed down. It goes over to my PWM fan. And here is the controller for it that just plugs in to see if I can show this. Just plugs into that side over there. So it's really simple. You just put power in on one side and then power out on the other side. It's labeled as power and motor, and I'm probably never going to get it to focus, but you'll just have to take my word for it. So anyway, yeah, now I am able to run my PWM fan now, and for whenever I do my video encoding or something like that and the processor starts to warm up a bit, I can actually crank it up and keep it cool so I don't end up burning up my fancy too many core processor chip. Let's see here. I think that's about as low as it goes. You can kind of see, I've got my comic book up here. It's kind of kicking it around a little bit. You may even be able to hear it. That's low. It's a little loud for, you know, a PC fan, but I really don't care. But it'll allow me to step it all the way up if needed. You know. few feet away. I'm still blowing crap around pretty good, you know. So yeah, I got my 100 some odd CFN of fan back, which makes me happy. So now all I have to do is get it mounted inside the case. And yes, I know this thing is horribly dirty. It's a test computer. It's something that somebody gave me to work on, and they never got back with me, so it's just kind of chilling out in a very, very dirty state. So, anyway, I don't know if I'll film myself putting it in there or not. I do just kind of want to slap it in there and make it look decent and whatnot. Well, here's what I ended up with. Here's the big old Delta in the back, and I put the knob just up front here. You know, it's a very, very plain case and all that. The knob up front, it leaves me a spot to get at it at least. I was thinking about putting it on the top and then on the side, and I just thought, you know what, I try to kind of center it up with a little light in the front and say to hell with it. So that'll work. That will have to work. Then I ran the wire in from there, ran it down. There's the PWM thing. It's just sitting in there right now. It's got a couple little standoffs that it's sitting on. I have some double-sided tape that's really good, so I'll probably pull those feet off and double-sided tape it to the thing it's sitting on, just so that way it doesn't get messed up and short out on something if I ever move it around. And here's that wire. I just kind of took it and fished it around the edge here. It's white in a black case. Yet again, I don't give a shit. It works, so whatever. And yeah, it's dirty in here. Don't care. I'll blow it out at some point. So that's the deal. I initially had it blowing in because I do kind of like it better for where it blows air directly onto the heatsink on the processor and all that, but it just seems like it's louder that way, and this thing's already louder than shit anyway, so I don't want to add anything to it. So yeah, that's the deal. So here we go. It's all the way down. It'll actually spin on down. It'll go to completely silent, and then just a little bit, start spinning. And that's, I mean, some of you people are real big on noise, I know that, and that's as quiet as it's gonna get, and it's kind of loud, but yet again I don't really mind because it's putting out a lot of air. But yeah, I have adjustability all the way up to extremely loud, and that's pulling a great deal of air, and that's what I want. So if it starts to get warm, I can make it not warm. So yeah, there we go. Project done. Woohoo.